is Just a Kid here, and I kind of want to talk to you guys about Juri and kind of the top five belts I would like her to have in the next season of Street Fighter 5. So obviously, we've had Champion Edition for about, I want to say about 7, 8 months or more, and you know, a lot of stuff has happened. We've gotten VSCO 2s, people have gotten their characters buffed. There's a lot of talk about who's the top character and everything. But I want to talk more about what I would like for Juri to have and what potential this can mean for her as a character. So my first buff will be to have stores be at the beginning of the round. And this will just completely help her right at the beginning because, as you know, Juri is all known for this store mechanic, and you know, she kind of has to store up in order to try and place something else other than, you know, poking or getting a little damage. So having stores at the beginning of a round would definitely just help her out so much, because then I'll be able to maybe walk forward, do something. I can throw out like a fireball, kind of. I can kind of play like a Shoto in a way where I have that option. So I have options, and I don't need to either typically you see a Juri player like backdash store or do a button to store right away. Because now I would actually have to be able to like just store and not be able to play until then. So I do believe this is just help her overall, and it's just a good, I would say, quality of life change, if not a buff. So if they actually do this, then by all means, that would be one of the greatest things ever. My second buff will be Stamium Punch, tap less push block. This button is okay, I would say. It's one of her most used buttons other than this button, which apparently people think is cursed. But this button could be good. This button easily could be good, but the way it is right now, it's not the best, but it's not the worst. So what I mean by push block, and if you're new to Street Fighter 5, I'll explain this. Basically, push block is when an opponent blocks a move and how far they go away from you. So as you can see, Akuma is pretty far after he blocks the button, right? So if this had less push block, I would be able to have this more consistent or this more consistent. Or I can just do stand jab from closer. And this just help her pressure overall and help as a character, because her buttons, if blocked, typically don't leave a lot of frame traps after the second hit button. And with Stamium Punch having so much push block, most characters or players typically can either stay at a range where the tip will hit and they potentially whiff punish, or they can just block it out and just block only 2 buttons and then that's it. But this will just help her overall just completely in pressure on offense, which Street Fighter 5 I would say is mainly trying to focus on. And if this could potentially either be less push block or maybe +3 on block and then there'll be +6 on hit, either one, but I prefer the push block one because it'll just help out overall. So it would just help her out so much more. She'll be a bit more consistent in everything, and she will definitely be a character that people talk about way more than they already do. My third buff will be the fireball to either be +1 or 0 on block, and then V-trigger will become +2. So I'm gonna show you. The fireball by itself is -2, plain and simple. If it's thrown point blank at you, it is -2. In V-trigger, however, it is -1. Now, this is definitely a big change if this ever occurs, because having Juri be able to do a +1 fireball in your face means that I can just do this and I can continue my pressure for a little bit. Again, this kind of correlates to her idea of pressure and, you know, offense in this game, because so many characters in this game are very offensive. If you're limited to your offensive capabilities, it's kind of tough to play the game overall. So if this could be either plus or even 0 on block, it would definitely help her after her pressure tools, her meaty setups, and almost everything she has, because Fireball is one of the key stores when playing as Juri. And with the V-trigger, having a +2 would just make it worth burning V-trigger, because you know that, alright, I have plus frames, and I'm burning some resources in order to get these plus frames, so I feel that it is fair. And I feel that having her firewall as -2 and then -1 in V trigger kind of stops her at times when applying pressure and when it's her turn, because there could be gaps, there could be someone EXP ping or something like that. So I think just making it plus on block, but keeping it the way it is would just help her out so much. So the fourth buff I would give Juri is having low forward have a bit more distance. And what I mean by a little bit, just a little bit, not too much, not too little, just that right amount. And I would say give her a little bit more, just a little, like increases the hitbox herbex ratio just a bit more, because right here I would say if she can reach from right here, this would be the best she could have, and it would just help her out in so much in footsies and neutral and like almost every aspect. Because the main thing with Juri that she's lacking a bit, I would say, is pressure, because her pressure ends very quickly. And giving me a longer range low forward, or if people don't know what low forward means, it just means a crouching meme kick. Just giving it a bit more range would definitely help her out and boost her into like being a better character overall. And the fifth and final buff that I would like Juri to have is bring back dive kick. I cannot stress this enough when I feel that almost every time I stream, it's at least one time I talk about bringing her dive kick back, because dive kick was such a good part of her, because she had zoning in, but she also had a dive kick, so she could potentially get in. And it just helped her with, people who could probably just enter your DP simply from her, or she just had so many options with it. I just can't express it enough. It definitely made her a bit tricky, which was the fun thing about her. And the way that I would bring it back in this game specifically is that I wouldn't bring it back where she could jump back and then do a dive kick. I would just say if she can neutral jump or forward jump. And this would just be almost like any other dive kick in the game, kind of like Seth's, where you can only neutral jump and bait people, or you can forward jump and bait people or something like that. And I also kind of make it like Cammy's, where, the higher it is on opponent, the less minus it is, and if it's more towards your knees or something like that, it'll be more plus some, and just like a normal dive kick. But bringing it back would just help her out so much, because then people would start thinking about the aerial game, and Juri would kind of be like the Juri we all know. She can zone a bit, and she has dive kick, and she has damage and everything. But I'm just telling you, Capcom, please, if you're watching this video, please consider bringing back dive kick or thinking about any of these, because it would just extremely help Juri players, and it would allow us to play to our fullest potential and completely change how people see Juri, and it will be for the better, I promise you. But yeah, guys, that's gonna be it for this video. It was just a quick one talking about what I think I would like for Juri in this upcoming season, and I'm very excited to see what the new balance update is, the new mechanic, as well as the costumes, because if you guys haven't known, on Twitter there was a recent costume contest of seeing who would get the fan costumes, and 2 Juri costumes won, which I'm very happy for. So I definitely have to get those and showcase them and all that. So it will be very exciting to see that. And then if Juri definitely gets some significant buffs or buffs that I'll be interested in, I would for sure cover that as well. But yeah, please make sure to follow my socials. It'll be in the link in the description, and make sure to check out my Twitch. I stream almost every day, so please feel free to give me a follow and check out one of my live, and we can hang out. So yeah, hope you guys have a nice day. Hope you guys stay safe, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.